up, guys? So we got our Dunkin' Donuts here, ready to start this fine Saturday. It's about 50 degrees out. It did rain last night, so it's wet, but it's not raining now. So I'll definitely take the warmer weather with some wetness over being cold. Not that much that's going to be going on in this video. I definitely have some good news. I've been messing with this thing throughout the week for a little bit, and my whole thing was to try to get this motor as far back and as far down as possible, and I just didn't see any way that a transmission would bolt up. I just didn't see enough bell housing clearance, and that's why I was messing with the motor a little bit more forward, a little bit more up, and I just didn't like that. I wanted this motor as far back and as far down as possible. So I ended up buying a bell housing, which was kind of silly because it's kind of looking like it'll work. But I bought a bell housing just so I could test fit. I mean, if it didn't work out, I would just leave that shit on the motor and sell it with the motor. But it actually seems to be fitting fairly nicely. I definitely got to massage out some spots. So I brought home my big fucking hammer, and we're going to be taking this big fucking hammer to the trans tunnel, seeing if we can't get some room, and pretty much going from there. Where the block sits now, the motor mounts actually would line up fairly close. So I do have a set of solid motor mounts coming for 350Z. This way, all I got to do is make a bracket to mount that up to. Not going to go crazy into making mounts because I don't want to do anything until I get a transmission and get the transmission lined up in the tunnel and see where the shifter lines up, stuff like that. So that's just going to be a slow process in itself, just trying to save up money to get a transmission, especially with the holidays and shit right around the corner, especially me being a broke boy. But that's pretty much all we got for you today. Almost home now, so I'll show you guys what I'm working with. Finish eating this French roller, smoke a bogue, and go from there. Alright, so fair warning, this firewall does look pretty ugly now. I still think it was a better route to take as opposed to cutting it out. So we took the hammer to it. This is pretty much what we came up with. Pretty much just destroyed this car, but we definitely got the room that we needed now. As far as looks go, I don't really care about looks. I plan on putting heat shield over this anyways, and I mean, once the motor's in the car, you're not going to be able to see back down in there, but definitely got plenty of room now. Got to chain up this motor real quick and throw her back in there and see what we're working with, but it's pretty ugly looking. Alright, so I've been out here messing with this thing for a little bit. Took a hammer to this back firewall. Definitely freed up some room. It's still tight, but I mean, we definitely got a little bit of room now. I'm surprised the neighbors ain't called cops because I've been out here like hammering on this thing for like 45 minutes. But definitely got room now back here, which is nice. See, the bell housing is all bolted up. Most importantly, we got this thing sitting further back. So now we have the oil pan sitting in between this cross member and the sway bar, which is like pretty dope. That's where I wanted it. So this whole motor's like not only back now, but also down. So, and I mean, I pretty much lined this all up by eye. I don't know if I'm gonna actually put the motor mounts in myself. I'd like to get that professionally done because that is a huge part of having a solid powertrain, is as far as like the level goes, side to side, being straight, being angled down the right way. But I mean, just by doing this by eye though. So we got this bubble finder, so our side to side like this is pretty level. And then we got, I mean, I left my angle finder at work, but if you look, the angle finder showing that it's sitting like a 3 degrees back, which is ideal from what I read. Pretty happy with that. As far as clearance goes down here, it's still tight. It's not as bad since I got this motor a little bit further down. I'll probably end up relocating these brake lines anyways. I put the motor mount. This is the factory 350Z motor mount. I don't know if you guys can see, but these are the 4 holes where the motor mount plate would sit on. So to make a plate, pretty much, you know, flush like this against the block and have a piece that comes off like that, and put some like reinforcement in there. That should be pretty simple. I mean, as far as header clearance goes, definitely going to run into issues on this side with the steering shaft. On this side, it's pretty nice. I mean, I could probably get away with running OEM 5.7 header still, but I mean, I don't know with this side. But most importantly, down here we have a lot of room. I mean, even if we got a custom exhaust made, we still got room for it to shoot out on this side past the starter, and hopefully got room on this side. That's probably going to be one of the bigger issues. But the same thing, I used my phone angle finder. Alright, so this is just pretty much for like shits and giggles, just to see if I can't fit this front clip back on if this motor were to be where it's at. Surprisingly, it actually fits back on. Nothing even touches up here. The thermostat's high enough to not touch the fan. It would still need a smaller fan assembly, but it's also going to be needing custom radiator. But as far as like placement on the hose goes, I mean, look, that shit would line up perfectly. This thing would just need like a 90-degree bend to meet up with that. So that's pretty dope right there. I mean, this is what it would look like home. You know, there's definitely no way in hell that this hood would close without cutting a hole in it. I mean, I saw somebody suggest an HR hood, but I mean, you see, there's just no way unless I were to cut a hole in it. But I mean, that's pretty much what it would look like all said and done. Pretty dope. But I mean, we're nowhere near done. We still have a lot of stuff to do. But I mean, just look at that. That would be absolutely dope. Alright guys, so that's all we got for today. Like I said, this video is really not going to consist of too much, other than some good news as far as motor placement goes. I'm pretty happy with where the motor would sit and stuff like that. Like I said, that was the main goal, was to get this thing as far back and down as possible. So pretty happy with that. We definitely got the room that we needed with taking a hammer to this firewall. It's definitely not the prettiest looking firewall. You guys can say what you want about that, but I definitely plan on taking a hammer to it and trying to like form it and shape it a little bit better now that I got the room that I need. I'll probably end up running like heat shield or something over that anyways, so you can't even see it. Even with the motor in there, you're not going to see down there, so not a big deal. But that's it. I mean, the next step's going to be getting a transmission and seeing where the transmission lines up in the tunnel, and hopefully it's somewhere close to the original location where the shifter came out. And then it's just a matter of fact of just getting this thing bolted up in this car. Getting the exhaust system figured out and stuff like that. I mean, I know a lot of you guys just want to see this thing done, and trust me, so do I. But unfortunately, it is going to be a long, tedious process. This is all a learning curve for me. I've never done nothing like this. So, I mean, I'm going to do my best to try to keep you guys updated and informed as to what's going on. But I definitely ask for the patience, because not only am I doing this in my driveway, but we're doing it on a budget. We're doing it with like limited time. I can only really mess with this thing on the weekends. So I definitely ask for the patience. But I appreciate you guys watching and liking and commenting and subscribing and pretty much motivating me to just keep going forward. I definitely appreciate all that. Hopefully the next video we have a little bit more going on with it. But thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the next video.